Hi everybody and welcome to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be taking a look at how does Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds feel about Taylor Swift getting engaged to Travis Kelce. Everyone around Taylor has been been putting their congratulations up, but Blake and Ryan haven't. Neither one have, which leads people to believe, are Blake and Taylor on the outs? Are they kind of done capuzzo and the such? Also, what's going on with Blake Lively and her husband, as it seems like Ryan didn't even put a post out for her birthday. So we got some questions to ask, and I kind of want to put it all under the big blanket or big umbrella of this video. So we're going to just go into a few different things, but first things first, reminder, everything that I am saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So without further ado, I want to take a look. What's the general energy of how does Blake Lively feel about Taylor Swift getting engaged to Travis Kelce? The world reversed. Why is this? Well, I don't think Blake is happy because when she found out is when the rest of us found out. With the world reversed here, it's like, okay, I didn't know. With the moon, it's like, this to me is like it was hidden from me. I didn't know. How could I be happy for them? I didn't know anything. I wasn't told, and I'm supposed to be Taylor's best friend. This was a defining moment in their relationship, not Taylor. Blake feels extremely slighted. I don't know if there had been like a ghosting up to this point, but this was a defining moment of, I'm now learning when the rest of everyone is. Yeah, this was bad, because from material influence, they're showing up as, because I don't know if I think that I don't think Blake likes Travis. I think she sees like, oh, he just did this for money. He just did this for money. He did this for fame. He did this for power. He did this, and she sees clearly what Travis is trying to do, or that's her perception of what Travis is trying to do. Because the hopes and fears here with the death card, it's like, there was a moment here of she's extremely hurt, because up to this point it had been like this wishy-washy, oh, we talk, then we don't, we talk, then we don't, we talk, then we don't. Blake's just going through a lot of stuff on her own, but this was like a moment of, we're actually done. We're done. Like, this friendship, like this to her was like a slap to the face, because the unseen obstacle here is the Judgment card reversed. Again, this to me, how is Blake feeling about it? It's like, I didn't know. I found out with the rest of them, the rest of everybody else. There's also a sense here of whatever she would call out with Taylor and Travis, she would then need to reflect on her own stuff. It's like it would be the pot calling the kettle black. Because the negative influence here, again, she found out when everybody else found out. Also, Blake not saying anything is her response to Taylor in what they want to do moving forward in their relationship. This is a pretty big stance, because she's happy for Taylor, don't get me wrong. She's like, oh my goodness, she's happy. Like, how is she feeling about it? The good thing here, it's like, you're getting married. It's like, you wanted this forever. But Blake is feeling real slapped in the face, because here in the past, she's like, I think she thinks this whole relationship is a really weird, toxic, codependent, not dependent, not dependent, hot, cold type of relationship. She's like, Taylor, this isn't healthy for you. But here in the future, she's like, it's going to make her happy. I think she's super happy for the couple. But there's a lot of guilt, and there's a lot of like slap in the face moments where she's like, you can be happy for your friend, but you're like, shit, it's over with, right? It's kind of like that moment of like, it's it's like whatever we had before, it's done, it's over with, we're not going back to it. It's kind of the general vibe I'm getting from Blake around how is she feeling about the engagement. She didn't know ahead of time. And I think it hurts her more than she's not angry about it. I think she's just really hurt because she doesn't know, because she didn't know. She wasn't a part of that. Okay. Okay, what other information can we know about Blake's feelings when it comes to this engagement announcement between Travis and Taylor? What other information can we know? The Strength card reversed. Why is this? So when I'm looking at Blake here, when it comes to her, like, I don't even, like, Blake's, I think, just extremely happy, but looking at this situation, there is so much that she's having to self-reflect on because of this. And not in the self-centered way that I think a lot of people would say, oh, she's self-centered, she's just thinking about herself and blah, 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 blah. No, she's extremely happy for Travis and Taylor. I think this is something that Taylor's always wanted, and she's like, my friend's finally getting what she's always wanted, and you know what? I'm just going to be 100% supportive of that because she's getting what she wants. Does it mean that she thinks this is the right person or the right thing or the right fit? It's like, I think she's kind of trying to pull that all off to the side and just be happy for them, because in her own world, there's something that doesn't feel right in her own world when she looks at Taylor and Travis, and then thief is the joy is the comparison is the thief of joy, right? And so what I'm seeing here is like Blake is having to do a lot of self-reflection right now about, I think, the dynamic that she has with Taylor, as well as the dynamic and relationships that she's having with others around her. This was a moment that I think broke Blake out of like a stupor of whatever she was going on in her own day-to-day. Because from a material influence here, the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, again, how is she feeling about this? It's like, she's super happy for them, but it's like you can be super happy for someone but also be super jealous and mad at them at the same time, right? You can especially these like friendships that can be like really complicated, and like friendships and stuff shouldn't be, but sometimes they really are, and that's what it's kind of at. It's like these two have a very complicated relationship. Again, also with this Queen of Pentacles showing up here again, I think for some reason too, she's also thinking like this was done as a money move. I think she's happy for them, but she's also in the back of her mind being like, this was a money move to make money, to get money, to feel super and stable in some way. Because again, the hopes and fears, Page of Wands. Again, it just seems like she's super happy for them and she wants this to go forward. It's like passionate. She's doing things. She's out there. She's happy for them, looking to get out and do different things. Unseen obstacle is the Magician. She's not telling her part. And I think it's because she knows whatever she says, it's going to be bad. Because it's going to be misinterpreted in a lot of different ways. Also, I do not think Blake herself knows exactly how to feel about it. She has a multitude of different emotions. And if she would put something sweet out there, it would be misconstrued in this way. If she would put something out condescending, it would be misconstrued in that way. There's no winning, she feels like, if she does or she doesn't. But there's also like this rift between her and Taylor. Again, she's hurt, happy, but hurt and confused and self-reflective. She's a mishmash of all the different emotions. What's going for her? I think she's also being kind of strategic as well. I do not know if she actually messaged Taylor personally. I believe she did. And she's like, it might have just been easier to be like, hey, it's a quick congratulations text, and then just left it at that. I really don't believe it went much farther. These two are on different paths right now, and there's just a lot of hurt and a lot I'm just in Blake's energy, and it's like she's just hurt. and confused, and she's got this thing to do with the kids here. I've got this thing going on in my personal career. I got this thing going on with Taylor. Blake's life feels like a tornado right now, and she can never get a grasp fully on anything. Because, like, there's also issues. Well, I think there's issues with Ryan. There's issues with this. There's issues with that. It's like, I don't know if Blake knows who she is right now, to be 100% honest. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling. It's like she's pulled in so many different directions right now. Because here in the past, yeah, their home, their faith, their foundation, it's like they are not. When she looks at it, I think there's also a sense here of like, Taylor, you've broken up with this guy how many times too? Like, you're there, then you're not. You're there, then you're not. You're there, then you're not. There's something really wishy-washy about Taylor Travis's relationship as well. Again, and here in the future, 10 of Wands upright. What does Blake know about Taylor and Travis's engagement, as well as their relationship that she's holding on to? That she's like, I gotta take the high road on this. For some reason, there's like an air of protection around this relationship, and like Blake feels I have information here, but I need to protect them by not saying anything. I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to wear this, like, this badge of honor, whatever that may be. Odd. Especially when it comes to their relationship. Like, there's something, a badge of honor that she's like, I'm going to just hold on to this and white knight for you almost. Especially with the 10 of Wands. Like, I'm holding on to a burden that's not mine to hold on to, but I'm holding on to it. And with all the people around her, it's like, I'm just going to maintain the high road in some way. Okay, so let's just take a look. What's the dynamic between Taylor and Blake right now? Again, she's just... Blake doesn't even know who she is. She really, really doesn't. And I kind of feel bad for her, because it's like, there's like, who am I? And it's like she's staring at a mirror and she doesn't even recognize who she is. It's quite odd. It's like, I don't even know what I look like, and I look at myself in the mirror and I don't even know what I look like. Like, is that truly me in front of me? There's some sort of, not break, I would almost say it's a break of the character. It's a break of the mask. It's the break of the ego. All right, let's take a look at this dynamic between Taylor and Blake and the energy in between. So we have Taylor, we have Blake, we have the energy in between the two of them. Okay, these two have dirt on each other, but there's also a lot of burdens with one another. Taylor over here is like, I'm focusing on my career, I'm focusing on building up a family, I'm focusing on building up other people that I want in my life. I feel like she's really focusing on her immediate people, immediate family, and really building up those dynamics, those relationships. Also seeing this here with the Two of Pentacles. I think Taylor is kind of like weighing both sides of the coin when it comes to Blake. Blake over here is the King of Wands, which is, I want to do brand new things. I want to put things out there. With this King of Wands as well, I do not know if this is Blake's energy is not her own energy, because the energy in between the two of them, as well as the 10 of Wands upright, which is burdens on both of their sides. This relationship has burdens. Also, I do not believe Blake's energy is her own. This feels like a Ryan card, not a Blake card. I don't know what's going on with this, but I don't know if Blake's ever been able to truly be herself around Taylor within the last year. And I'm hearing no, she is not. Like, Blake doesn't recognize herself and Taylor doesn't recognize Blake, because whatever Blake's been spewing or talking or saying, it hasn't sounded like Blake. It hasn't been Blake. It's like, where is she? You do not even sound like you right now. Where are these thoughts coming from? Why is this? Because the Lovers. These two are in a... There is a man that is coming between these two, their actual dynamic, their actual relationship. Because, again, these two can make money. They both are very like-minded when it comes to business, how they're doing different things, how they're making money. However, also from a material sense too, I've seen this, the Nine of Pentacles, as like my fracture card, especially in this deck, because it does feel like whatever business sense or whatever business moves that or material things or money things that they were doing, it has fractured, it has broken apart, and those aren't going to be like that moving forward. Because the hopes and fears here is, I think they want to get Blake deprogrammed. Taylor wants Blake to wake the F up. And Blake needs to wake the F up. This Nine of Wands is like you're letting go of your insecurities, your burdens, walking on eggshells. In this card, this Nine of Wands, I always see this as my deprogramming card. You need to get deprogrammed from being the puppet for other people's thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Where's Blake? Not the puppet of Blake. Unseen obstacles as well with the Ace of Wands. Negative influence here with the Hermit. This is Queen of Pentacles again. That card's showing back up. So here in the past, these two had a really bad relationship, I would say. Like, it's like someone's chained to their vices, chained to their codependencies, chained to the negative aspects in their life. Looking down here again, negative unseen obstacles with the Ace of Wands, which is new opportunities, doing new things. With the negative influence, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to go try new things. It's now time for action, not reflection. So looking at these two, like, dynamic, I would say, like, Taylor's like, we got to take action now. It's like, we can't just talk about things and do this or do that. It's like, you need to take action on your own words. I feel like someone's been saying, you need to get your shit together. You need to get your shit together. And that person hasn't gotten their shit together. So if you haven't gotten your shit together, well, I can't stay here forever. What's going on between the two, like the positive influence with the Queen of Wands, or not Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles? This is Blake. Blake's in there. Blake can be a uniting force. Blake's here and can do things. She just has to figure out who the F she is. I really do not believe she knows who she is right now. Because here in the future, I don't know if Taylor and Travis want to have a family, if that's a nuclear family, if that's not, if they want to do something different. But there is something to do here with the kids, or kids in general, in the future. Good memories with kids, whether this is parenting tips, advice, or other things that seem to be a uniting force for them potentially moving forward. But there's something here where Blake just needs to wake the F up and get her head on straight. Blake needs to get her head on straight. Because I don't know what's going on with Blake right now. But I see Blake is not having her own thoughts, words, and opinions anymore. This isn't her. Whenever she speaks, it's not her. It's not her. I keep hearing that. I keep seeing it. And I keep seeing Blake in front of a mirror, and she doesn't know who she is. It's like, you know how, like, there's moments, I know this happens for mothers a lot, where they look around and it's like they have this moment of clarity. There's toys all around them. They're looking themselves in the mirror and they're like, who am I? Because they don't recognize themselves, because they haven't been given time to recognize themselves. So we're going to take a look. How does Taylor feel about Blake right now? Ace of Swords. You say one thing, you do another. Also, legal issues. And Blake's lying out her ass on something. Why is this? Because the Five of Pentacles. Is there... material influences. I think she sees Blake as someone you are going to such extents and such extremes, and you're draining all your resources because you want to win at whatever cost. And this is like a moment here of like, Blake, why are you are going to the utmost extremes, doing legal issues, draining everything that you possibly have because you just want to be the winner at the end of the day. Is this worth winning? Because the hopes and fears here is like, she sees Blake is out of control. Knight of Wands, you're saying one thing, you're doing another. You're not being yourself, you're being reckless in everything that you're doing. The unseen obstacle here, though, is the Eight of Pentacles, which is, it's like, I think she sees Blake as like, you think that this is what you need to do to be successful, to have a job, to feel prosperous, to do these different things. I think she sees Blake as, you're doing this because your career is the only thing that you kind of have like clinging on to you. So this is what you're defining yourself as. There's some whole other shenanigans going on with Blake right now, but like, I see this where it's like, Blake, why are you clinging to your career so much when your career isn't the only thing that defines you? Negative influence here again is this Ace of Wands. This Ace of Wands, it's passions, it's ideas, it's, I didn't want to say this before, but because it showed back, it reared its ugly head again. I also think that she's like, Blake, why are you messing with another man? Y'all can call me out. Y'all can be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't know. I've seen this time and time again. This is a D card. This is a D card. This is, you're going to other Ds and finding pleasure wherever you can, right? Maybe you're knocking boots between the sheets with other people, not your husband. I don't know. Because the negative, like the positive influence here is with the Nine of Cups, it's like Blake needs to have this look in the mirror moment and open her eyes and see what's going on. You need to see why you're unhappy and that you actually are unhappy and the main causes for that. I think that's all Taylor wants her to see. And what she thinks Taylor and what Blake needs to see is, you need to have your self-reflective moment and you need to look yourself in the gosh darn mirror and see what's going on. And maybe Taylor not telling her about the engagement was the big catalyst where Blake's having this now, I feel like, inner crisis of who she really is. Let's hear again in the past. You are chained to the wrong person. I don't know what sort of devices or what sort of vices that Blake was using to cope with everything, but there is a negative influence, a negative thing here of codependency, vices, whether this is you're drinking it, you're shooting it, you're whatever, you're sniffing it. I don't know what is going on here, but it's like you are codependent on a certain vice, whether this is you need to get down and dirty with it or you need to be like zonked out from the world. There is a codependent vice here that Blake is so heavily into that's like, you need to get out of this. Because here in the future, I think she sees Blake as kind of almost having a mental break. With the Temperance card reversed here, this is like emotional imbalance, instability. I don't know what's coming, but it does seem as though there's a moment here, and I don't know if this will be publicized in the papers or in the paparazzi, but I don't know why I see this in my mind, but I see Blake Lively, and I see her screaming out a window, or she's acting crazy, or she's screaming at other people, and she's going to be painted as Blake Lively, mental breakdown after court appearance or something. Like, this is, like, heavy stuff that Blake is going through, and I think it's going to be characterized as something that it's not. And again, I actually feel pretty bad for Blake. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she deserves it, she deserves it. And I'm like, when you don't know who you are, you got to have some empathy for you having like your wake up moment. And sometimes you're going to crash out a little bit. And I don't think anybody deserves that. Because like what I'm seeing is like Britney Spears level, like when she had her paparazzi and she shaved her head, like that sort of, like that type of mental break or close to it. And I don't want that for anybody, okay? I mean, that's hard. That's really tough to go through for anybody. And I don't want anyone to have to go through that. But Sometimes it just needs to happen. So, and that's kind of what I'm seeing for Blake. Really lots of emotional instability. Okay. So how is Blake feeling about Taylor right now? And then we'll probably end it there. All right. Okay, how is Blake feeling about Taylor? Blake is feeling like Taylor has walked away from her. But here with the Eight of Cups reversed, it's like you've walked away, but I can always go back. I don't think she sees her friendship as completely done with Taylor, but she says, like, I think we're on a break. We're definitely on a break. Why? Is it because Blake is having her, you're going to either shit or get off the pot moment. That's how I think Blake is feeling about Taylor. It's like, you've walked away from me because I'm not making a decision or she's not making a decision. It's like we're kind of in this stasis right now where they're friendly but not friends. Because the hopes and fears here, again, the King of Cups reversed. Again, I've been saying this for a bit now where, or at least in this reading, I don't think Blake's feelings or her thoughts or her energy is really her own right now. Because from a material influence here, how is Blake feeling about Taylor? With the King of Cups reversed, this is feeling like you're just gaslighting people, you're manipulating people to do what you want or how you're feeling about certain people, places, and or things. I think also Travis could be in here a little bit, but I don't believe that these are actually Blake's thoughts. Like when I'm looking at it, what I see is I see Blake. It's like you almost see like Blake's head, and like I'm seeing in her brain, and then like what I see is like, oh, she's talking, and like she has these thoughts, but then like her thoughts aren't her own because they're like her head is like the color of like red, and like all the colors like the thought, like her thoughts are like this purple reddish burgundy color, and then like these thoughts when it comes to like Taylor in this material sense, they're like bright ass blue, and I'm like, why are these bright ass blue thoughts? These aren't Blake's thoughts, but they're in her head, right? So I don't know where they're coming from, but there are thoughts about Taylor that aren't her own in her own head. That is how it's being like categorized to me and like shown to me in like my mind's eye. So it's like they aren't her own, but they live rent free there. Because the hopes and fears, again, it's like I feel like Blake is ready to make a desperate plea to Taylor. How is she feeling about Taylor? There's a desperate plea that she wants to make, but also she's like on the fence of like how do I bring this up? How do I bring up feelings or things going on in my life without seeming like it's trauma dumping or you going away even farther away? Blake also, I feel like, has some pretty bad abandonment issues, or not abandonment issues, but self-worth issues within relationships. Not with like herself, but relationships with others that trigger her. Whether this is due to just her or because of the way that she's triggered by people around her. I'm hearing ding, ding, ding on that. But there's a sense here of like, how do I bring something up so this doesn't turn into a fight with Taylor? Because it feels like a lot of conversations she's been having as of late have just turned into fights. The negative influence, again, here we go. The unseen obstacle here is I don't want to fight. I'm trying to figure out a way to not fight with Taylor. How is she feeling? It's like, I just want peace. I just want harmony, but it's like, I don't want to bring conflict with the Five of Wands. The negative influence is here as well with the Four of Wands. She doesn't want to ruin whatever they have left standing. With the Four of Wands upright, it's like, I don't want to ruin what we have left standing. This Four of Wands, I also don't think she wants to ruin Taylor's thunder of being engaged or her happy moments or celebrations. So she's like, it's just not the right time to bring this up or the right place to bring this up. And so it's like, I think she wants to give Taylor some time. Like, again, I do think Blake can be a very kind and considerate person. And y'all are going to flame me in the comments for this. I know it. I can see it. But she can be a kind and considerate friend. And I don't think she wants to put this all on Taylor while she's kind of letting Taylor have her moment in the sun. Again, I think she's so happy for Taylor because this is something that Taylor's been wanting for a really long time. And I think Blake has been wanting her to have for a really long time. Again, what's going for her, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is Blake. Her birthday just was. She's a Virgo queen, right? Queen of Pentacles reversed. I think Blake's definitely on the back end of something right now. She's on the back end. She's on the back burner. And I think she just needs to have kind of like her little crash out moment. She needs to like let the frazzleness happen. And this is going to be weird to say. Blake needs to have her unraveling moment of a lot of shit so she can figure out what are her actual issues with people and where does she want to apologize. Whether or not she'll admit this, I don't know. Because here in the past, she really loved Taylor. Like, Taylor is her BFF. Taylor is her friend. She genuinely cares for Taylor. And here in the future, I think with the Ace of Pentacles, I think she wants to be there. With this little archway in the back, I think she really wants to be at the wedding. She wants to be there. She wants to support. She wants to be there. She wants to support Taylor in this awesome endeavor and be there and be a part of things and be engaged with all the party planning, whatever like Taylor would want to do with her. And like, I think she really wants that. And she's got to go through her self, just who she is as a person moment. I'm just going to grab some clarifiers on this one quick. Yeah. How is she feeling about Taylor? Taylor's going through her life journey. Might just not include her right now. Why is this? Because of the Two of Swords with the tuning fork. Taylor's getting, or she's like, I also feel that Blake has been listening to some of the old music, and there might be something on the new album about Blake. I do think that there is something on here, and that when Blake hears the new album from Taylor and one of the songs, she's gonna be like, that's about me. And that's gonna lead her into another tailspin of self-reflection, trying to figure out what's going on. Because again, the material influence here is, again, she's like, Taylor, you're doing really good when it comes to making money, the hopes and fears. Taylor and Blake I think are having a little bit of an ego death, a little bit of endings, ritual, burial, ceremony of things going on, the unseen obstacles. They're both going through transitional periods of their life. I think she sees Taylor's going through a transitional period in her life. Negative influence. She's got to wait. Again, she wants to have Taylor have her moment in the sun. It's just not the right time, not the right place. What's going for her is not Taylor, but is Blake going to be like going to church or trying to find like a different like religion or group that she wants to be a part of? Because here in the past, strategic move. She also thinks Taylor's been making some strategic moves in the past with things that have been going on. And then here in the future, sunglasses. I don't know what's going on with Blake, but Blake's going to have a wake up moment when it comes to Taylor. And I think she thinks Taylor's going to have a wake up moment as well on being able to see beyond things. And she's just waiting her time right now. Divine timing, not right now. Got to wait just a wee bit more before things start coming in when it comes for Taylor as well as Blake. So that's what I'm feeling here for their relationship, their dynamic, and the such. So I really appreciate it to everyone who's been watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, let me know your own thoughts down below. Suggest some people if you have some suggestions, if you have somebody you want me to read on. Otherwise, if you want to hype me up, there's this new hype feature. It helps like get my videos out there. It's another way to just support me and to boost my videos in the algorithm, which I would really appreciate. Otherwise, if you want to book a personal reading with me or join YouTube members, you can do so using my website, links down below in the description box or pinned comment. Otherwise, thank you again so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So thank you and bye.